Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Top 10 Songs. In the co-captain's chair today, we've been trying to get this one scheduled for a couple weeks. Lynne Versaci from the Hudson Valley Squares.
Woo!
What's up, Lynne?
Hi.
Lynne is very upset with me because...
very upset. Ridiculously upset. I go to a wake. I'm at a wake service. I'm upset. I'm like, oh my God, I can't jump on tonight. So bummed. And then who replaces me? But I have to say, I'm so humbled that you had to get Mr. Mike fucking Portnoy to fill my shoes. Like, it's awesome that I'm that good that Mike Portnoy is the only one that could fill my shoes for the show list.
I mean, I got some heavy hitters to fill in some heavy hitter shoes, right? I mean,
so I'm going to have to say thank you to Mike Portnoy for filling in my shoes for last night. I'm sorry I couldn't make it.
So, Mike, if you're watching, I promised Lynne that the next show that you're on, she has to be there. So,
yeah, because the last time I saw him was when he played the Chance and I was working for them, blah, 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 whatever. But sad. I'm gonna go to sleep crying tonight. He's my Beatles partner. Nobody else loves the Beatles as much as me and him. Well, maybe him a lot more, but either way.
He's a big Beatles fan, that he is.
Yeah, for sure.
That he is.
I like him and his daughter do that Beatles thing.
Yes.
I love that. I think that's freaking awesome. So that makes me happy when I watch that, you know?
There you go.
But I can't stay mad at you for long.
There you go, because we're going to talk about ABBA now, right? So,
and you got me in a good mood with this one.
There you go. So, not really something we normally would feature on Sea of Tranquility, but Lynne and I were talking about doing some stuff that's kind of really fun. And, we get a lot of people that ask us for guilty pleasure stuff. And ABBA has always been one of my guilty pleasures. And it's not even they're guilty because they're a great band with great songs.
Yeah.
But it's not like the normal stuff that I normally listen to. But whenever I hear ABBA, I turn it up. I always have. And Lynne is a big fan as well. So we decided just to take a stab at a top 10 songs list. And as we were both talking about before, we hit that little record button really hard with this band because they've got a ton of great songs. So whittling it down to 10 was pretty intense and pretty hard. And I changed my list a whole bunch of times. And I just decided, all right, enough. I'm going to go with what I got. I got a couple honorable mentions, and I'm sure she does as well. So as always, Lynne, kick us off with your number 10.
Well, before I start off with number 10, I do want to say that I did mention to Mr. Butch Jones that we were doing ABBA, and he's like, ABBA. And he's like, Fernando. So he was singing, and I was like, you like ABBA? He goes, everybody loves ABBA.
See?
So I don't feel bad because even Butch likes ABBA. He's like, I don't know that I would do a show about ABBA. He said, but I love ABBA, as does everybody. So now I feel a little bit more validated, if you will.
There you go.
But with my top 10, right?
Yep.
I do. I love you. That's my number 10 because my dad sang it to me.
There you go.
So that has good memories, and it's off of ABBA, and it's, I don't know, it just makes, I was young when that came out. It was the 70s. I was born in 71. So I just remember him singing that to me because my mom loved ABBA. My sister liked ABBA. She's 8 years my senior. So we always had that kind of stuff playing in the house. And that was one of his songs that he sang to me. So it really in my heart, it's number 1. But for music purposes, I'm going to go with number 10 for that.
Yeah, I mean, they have so many great ones. And they were, especially, I don't know worldwide. I'm assuming that they were pretty much a worldwide sensation, just like they were here. But I mean, they were all over the radio all the time, all through the early 80s. You couldn't escape them.
No.
And, movies and commercials and those faces. I mean, especially I don't know the blonde one. I mean, she's just like so pretty, and like you think ABBA, and there's her face, right? Or the both.
I know, and I wonder where they are now and what they look like. To be honest with you,
I don't know. I thought I heard
anybody out
there
there?
A new record coming out or something.
Really?
I don't know. I didn't.
My God, vocally, if they still sound like that, I'm totally down. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Because they were so good. Like their voice is just, I don't know. They just get in your soul and they make you feel good. It's like an uplifting, makes you feel. Not that all music doesn't make you feel, but makes you feel good. Maybe it's more nostalgia for me. I don't know.
Well, it's nostalgia, but I think too, when it all comes down to it, a melodic song with a great hook is a melodic song with a great hook, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about the hook. If you
Great
have
pop
no hook,
music
you
with a
have
great
no
hook
song. Yeah,
is you can't really beat it. So
agree.
my number 10 is Mamma Mia. Here we
Here
go.
we go again. I know. I saw that on Broadway like 3 times.
I never did. I heard it was a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Oh my God, you have to go and you'll dance. And I'm a dork, so everyone knows I'm a dork. It's
I don't know if
okay.
I'll dance, but I would get into it.
Oh, you're gonna freaking dance, mister.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Drink a little before you go.
Oh, I usually have to. Yeah, if it involves Pete dancing, I have to have a couple before I dance. My wife.
There you go.
My wife hates that characteristic about me. She's like, "Why do you have to do that?" I'm like, "Cause I'm all thumbs."
I'm gonna pick you both up and I'm gonna drive. You both can drink and I'm gonna drive. And then you both can dance.
He doesn't need a drop to dance, man. She's got the dancing is in her.
I know.
But me,
you know what? I'm coming over. I think I'm gonna take your wife out. I do. I think I'm just go hang out with you because I want to dance through this whole pandemic. I have not gotten out and danced yet, and I'm dying to dance. Yep, a metal chick dying to dance. Go figure.
Yeah, I think that's a woman thing. I think it's so I don't think I know any women who don't like to dance. I think it's just, I mean, there are guys who like to dance too, but I think most women really, it's like ingrained in your psyche, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember going to Let's Dance back in the day, and it was like Rock and Roll Tuesday, and I'd be talking to Greg O'Brien, who was on the radio back then, and it was almost like, what the hell was that movie with the two guys that did like this? Remember?
Oh yeah, yeah.
What the hell is that? Night at the Roxbury.
Yes.
I was almost like them because it was like in the 80s. No, I didn't do. It was like rock and roll night, and I'm talking to the guy, and he's by the bar, and I'm like, "Yeah, how you doing?" And like, I literally would just be bouncing back and forth, but like it would be metal or like Rat or Bon Jovi or something 80s, rock and roll. And I couldn't stay. He's like, "Do you fucking ever stop moving?" And I was like, "I can't. I have to dance while I'm talking to you." So yeah, I think it is kind of ingrained in the women. And most guys I know do not like to dance.
Yeah.
Unless they were 80s Guidos.
True. And even then, were they just faking it?
Yeah, they were more like Night at the Roxbury. Yeah. Whatever.
All right.
So my number 9. My number 9 is your number 10. Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
It is. Yeah. That is my. Although I have to say, I didn't pick honorable mentions, and I know you have some, but the whole Mamma Mia soundtrack are my honorable mentions.
Yeah, they threw a lot of good ones on there.
For sure.
My number 9 is Money, Money, Money. Nice. They like those songs with like 3 words. I have another one in my top 10. But Money, Money, Money is great. Again, it's just so damn catchy. It's
and I have I do. You have Money, Money, Money. Yep. I feel like Jimmy 2 times. Get the papers, get the papers. Although maybe it's Jimmy 3 times. Maybe we should add one more, get the papers.
Get the papers. Get the papers. I love that movie.
If I see your face looking at that kid's face, throw him in the bathroom.
Only 2 Italians can have a conversation like this, right? It's like all these Italian.
Everybody else.
I walk around. I'm always like talking lines from The Godfather or Goodfellas or Mean Streets or Raging Bull. It's Casino. It's like
I'm such a dork. I'm such a line person from movies. Like I'm such a dork. It's all right. I'm in pajamas. I don't care. Whatever. It is what it is. Everyone out there in in YouTube land already knows I'm a dork, so it's okay. That's all right. So what's your number? Or do I do number 8? Are we on number 8?
You're up to number 8. Yep.
Chiquitita, chiquitita.
Chiquitita, or however the hell it goes. I don't know the words. I just know it's a great song, right? Yeah. Doesn't make chiquitita, right?
Chiquitita. Yeah, I can't sing it, but either way, it's off Boulevoo, which is actually my favorite album.
Yeah, it's got a lot of great songs on it. Yeah, that's a great tune.
Totally
that just missed my top 10. That's one of my honorables.
Oh, really?
I love it. I had a hard time with this. It was originally in my top 10, and then it got bumped for something else. But
oh, you bumped it.
Yeah, but I like it.
You're a bump guy.
Yeah, I'm a bump guy. I do a lot of guy. My number 8, Super Chupa Great song. Great song.
I forgot. What is that off of?
I don't know any of the albums that these are on. I just
Oh,
when it comes to ABBA, I don't own any of the albums. I just have like a totally jacked greatest hits collection. That's all I have.
yeah, yeah, and that's all you need. A lot of times, I know on the show we talk about some albums like that have like, oh, it was released in 1984 in Japan, but then 1996 in here. And like some guys like Aloe and them, they have like different copies of like the same record, Even though I love vinyl and I love music, I have no room. I was like the fucking cable guy, like I have no room in my life for another friend. I have no room in my life for more records. Like I'd have to throw out my kids and my animals, which soon, maybe when they go to college, I can have more.
Room is an issue here too, a little bit. So.
Yeah.
Just
But I'm just saying, so that's why a lot of the times I don't have the records. I do have greatest hits or whatever. Unless, of course, it's Queensryche, then I own everything.
Then you have everything. Exactly.
Well, I might or might not.
Yeah.
So another one off Boulevoo is Does Your Mother Know?
Oh.
Yeah, because you know why? My girlfriends and I used to sing that every time we did something. Like my girlfriend would wear, we'd be going to concerts, and it was the 1992, 91. 5-inch stilettos, mini skirts, booby shirts, all of it. She'd have to put like this saintly dress on from like her neck to her ankles and be like, oh, Mom, I'm going out with Lynn tonight. And it was so funny because our other friend Lisa's like, why is it every time I come over, her mom gets mad at me, but she can go out with you, no problem. I go, because she looks like a saint when she's with me. I come in wearing like high neck stuff. You're picking her out, boobs out, legs out. I said, I played the game. So we used to sing that song, Does Your Mother Know? We would joke around in the car and like sing that.
There you go. Cool.
Funny times.
Yeah. And you know what? That's the one cool thing about doing like top 10 song shows, because a lot of times you attach songs to times in your life or events and things like that, right?
Totally. And for me, like I said, musically, these may not be my favorite top 10 musically, musician wise, vocally, lyrics may not be my favorite top 10, but because it is, like I said, the nostalgia piece of it, and you connect it with a feel good moment in time.
Yep.
You're like, kidding me? I love that tune. Then you're like listening to it and you're like, oh, it's all right. But hell, it brings back one great memory, and it smiles for days.
Yep. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
What it's all about. All right. My number 7, Waterloo.
Waterloo.
Great track. Great.
I like Waterloo. I forgot Waterloo.
Oh.
I forgot it. I didn't make my list.
Can't
I'm
include them all.
fired. Oh man, I'm so sad now.
It's all right.
Maybe I want to change the Waterloo. Take a chance on me.
That's your number 6? That's a great song.
Because it's easy to see. I don't know. But either way. Actually, but didn't somebody else sing that song? Why do I feel like someone else sang it?
Could be. I don't know.
Did someone else redo it? I feel like that was a redo.
Could be. Their version is great though.
Oh no, I love their version, but I feel like I heard somebody else sing it.
That could be. That could be.
Maybe it was Tom Jones. He does everything.
Tom Jones, really?
I don't know. I just love Tom Jones. Maybe I just want to hear him sing.
I'm trying to visualize Tom Jones singing ABBA.
I don't know. That guy could sing the phone book. I don't even care.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Jones rules, right? He's,
He does rule. Even at his age, I'm like, all right, I'm in.
Even at his age, and he goes out and plays these gigs, and you got women who are like 20 years older than him in wheelchairs, and they're like totally losing their
yeah, they're
minds.
throwing their fucking Depends. I'm throwing my granny panties, and these 20-year-olds are throwing their thongs. He's got it coming from all angles.
He still got it. He still got
I'm
it.
kidding. I don't even wear panties. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding again. I'm kidding. Anyway, where are we? Number 6? I'm blushing.
Number 6.
Boulevoo, self-titled. Boulevoo.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's my number 6. I don't know if you picked it, but
I won't give it away, but I like that
all
song.
right.
I do like that song.
Okay.
My number 6, it's got to be on here somewhere. Fernando.
I'm gonna bite my tongue.
My brother-in-law's name, and I figure I'd give him a little love here. And
you're honoring him.
Yeah, Yep. So gotta have Fernando. It's a great song.
Yeah.
Fernando. I don't know any of the. I don't know. This is one of those bands that like I love so many of their songs, but I don't know half the lyrics to them. I know like the
You know
chorus.
what? I know like the good parts, like the hook.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
I
The
can
hook.
hum. I can hum every one of them, like
Right.
all the way
Right.
through, but I don't know what the hell the words are. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I know the hook, and I go. Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what's funny is that right. So I used to be fluent in sign language.
Oh,
And I actually I'm teetering on going back to that because my aunt and uncle were deaf and friends of mine were deaf. So I took sign language growing up, and I used to be fluent. And the interpreter that taught me said, you can really just say mama and baby the whole time, and people will think that you're actually talking. So I actually did an extra part in a movie, and they were like, make it look like you're talking. So I was like, so I did. So now that's kind of what I do when I'm singing. So it's like, mama, Fernando.
it works. It looks convincing, right? Hey,
I don't know.
well, me.
I don't know. It's funny. I actually was with Cardinal Dolan at a mass, and the senator I worked for was like, I don't know, she was saying her prayer or whatever. And she's like, I think I messed it up. There was an interpreter. She's like, the interpreter could read lips. I know she saw me. She's like, I'm going right to hell. It was funny. But mama baby, that's my trick to any song.
There you go.
It is. So my number 5 I have is Angel Eyes. Aha, aha, aha.
That's a good
I
one.
like it.
I don't have that on my list.
Oh, well, that's from Boulevoo also.
Yeah.
I think I just like the word Boulevoo.
That's a cool.
Maybe it's come from me from that song. Boulevoo. Remember that song?
Yeah.
Who was that?
I dig it.
Was that Tina Turner? Who was that? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? This one. Who sang that?
I don't remember. I know the song. I don't remember who sang it.
Lady Marmalade. I forgot.
No, I think you're right.
Was it Tina Turner?
No, it wasn't Tina Turner. Oh, who sang it originally?
Lady Marmalade was the song.
Yeah. Who sang that originally? Oh my God.
Who did sing that song?
I don't remember.
All right. Anybody out there listening who sang
sure
Lady
people are gonna be
Marmalade?
like, guys, it was such and such. I'm like, all right, whatever. It's not my specialty. I'm gonna tell you. I know the song, but my number 5, Gimme, Gimme, Gimme.
See, that three. The papers,
Right? The papers. Related to money, 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 money. Gimme, 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 money, money, money.
I do.
Yes. So
nice.
Yeah, gimme, gimme, gimme. Another great song. Irresistible hook. Totally.
And that was your number what? 3?
5. Number 5.
Oh, 5. Oh, I'm a number 4 now.
Yep.
You know what? I think I put one song down twice.
Uh-oh. Well, that's good. Now you can choose something else.
I don't know.
Now you can drop
anyway,
Waterloo. See, now you can put Waterloo.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to go with Waterloo. I'm going to go with Waterloo for number 4 because I didn't add that. And who doesn't love that song?
Waterloo is amazing. Yep.
I do. I'm adding that to my number 4. But either way, I know what my number 3 is, but go ahead.
Yeah. My number 4, it's got to be Dancing Queen.
My heart's broke a little.
Why?
You'll see.
It's too low? I don't know. Yes. Oh, come on. Number 4 is pretty good. Number 4 is good. I love Dancing Queen is great. I mean, that's legendary. That's like like, all right, so we just had this whole conversation about how I don't dance and stuff like that. But, if my wife was going to convince me to go out for a night of dancing, I would rather go to like disco night or something like that because I can kind of fudge my way through that. And Dancing Queen has got to be played. Dancing Queen, no
question.
The Bee Gees, all that.
Oh, Saturday Night Fever kind of stuff.
I can kind of fumble my way around and look like somewhat like I know what the hell I'm doing, right? But
totally.
But other things, forget it. Like salsa and all that kind of stuff.
Salsa, merengue.
Yeah, I mean, she that's her specialty. But I'm just like, yeah, I try, but after a couple minutes, I'm like totally out of breath.
That's really nice that you try, though. That's really nice that you try. That some guys don't even try.
Yeah, I tried. I even learned how to dance
the lambada
to one song for our wedding.
Did you?
Yep.
Oh, that's romantic.
Yep. I don't know if I could do it.
I'm sure she was happy.
Yeah, but I don't know if I could do it again.
That's right. Well, I bet you could.
Hmm.
I bet you could. Never say you can't.
Never say.
Can't isn't. I tell my kids all the time, they're like, I can't do this. I go, you can't do this right now. I make them add right now after it. You can't do this right now, or you can't do it yet. Because if you keep practicing, then you can do it.
There you go.
Me wearing my dorky mom hat.
Makes sense. I get it.
So, all right. The winner takes it all. That's my number 3.
You know what? Whenever I think of that song, whenever I hear that song, the one word always comes to my mind.
What?
Soaring.
Soaring?
That takes it all. It's soaring. It's like I like to describe certain songs as soaring, like the vocals, the melody, just soaring arrangements, just shooting to the heavens. Soaring.
Yeah.
Like
I'm down with the word soaring.
Over the wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Winner Takes It All. That's a pretty majestic song.
Yeah, I do love that song. That's another one that makes you feel good. Now, although ABBA just in general makes you feel good.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, that's my number 3.
Cool. My number 3, Knowing Me, Knowing You. That was almost higher. I really like that song a lot.
Oh my God, I forgot about that one.
So you've got a couple good ones.
No, because now my number 2 is Fernando for your brother-in-law.
There you go.
And Butch, who sang Fernando when I told him we were doing this show.
There you go. There you go. My number 2, Take a Chance on Me. Take a chance. Take a chance on me.
Because no one needs to be.
Great song. Really
whatever you do.
You're mine. Take it down, down, down. Take it down, down, down. Take it down, down, down. Whatever the words are, I love it.
I'm crying. I like the get down, down, down though. I like that.
Take it down, down.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I think you should play that for us one day.
Yeah.
On your guitar. Get down, down, down. Yeah, I like that. It's a good lick.
Possibly.
My number 1, you already know what it is.
Yes.
You already know it. You already know what it is.
Gotta be my
It is Dancing Queen. It's Dancing Queen because it just is. I could be in the middle of freaking the 405 in California on the PCH. In bumper to bumper traffic. I could be in Manhattan. That song comes on. I almost want to fucking put the car in park and get out and dance, which I actually think I did on the PCH one time and I got yelled at, but that was a story for another time.
Yeah, it's kind of a strange place to just get out of a car and do that, but hey.
Well, it was bumper to bumper traffic. It was rush hour. I was feeling it. I had a convertible, and
so you might as well explain, because I know we have some people watching who are not from this country, so you might as well.
Oh, the PCH 1 is the Pacific Coast Highway 1 in California.
Yeah,
so which I like to every time I go, but again, because I'm a dork. I have friends from Van Nuys, Malibu, all the way down to the Swallows, San Juan Capistrano and freaking San Diego and all that. So I like to take the PCH 1 Pacific Coast Highway, and I like to drive the coast, which again, all the freeways and highways are all always congested, and that's a really shitty road to drive, especially on, rush hour. But I like to do it because I'm a fucking tourist when I go there. I just am, right? I mean, I don't live there. I don't have the luxury of taking it every day. So, although the last time I went on the PCH, and this is before weed was even legal, all I smelled was weed. That's all I smelled the whole way down. My kids were like a couple of years younger. So I was like, I don't know what that smell is. My daughter's like, Mom, it's pot. I'm like, you're 15. How do you know what that is?
They know.
I was kind of disgusted,
Yeah, they know.
And now that she just graduated last weekend, I'm like, all right, well, you know what that smell is? Just run away from it.
Run far, far away.
Run far away.
Mom, it's legal now. It's like, that doesn't matter. Keep running.
Are you kidding me? She's like, oh, I'm going to a party. I go, okay, don't drink. Well, I might a little. So, Gia, did you drink? I'm going to come pick you guys up soon. I only had 2. So I'm like, great. She only had 2 beers. I'm so happy as a parent. 2. And I was like, 2 beers? She's like, no, 2 lemonades. I'm like, oh, you only had lemonade? She goes, well, it was half and half. I go, well, what was the other half? And how big was the cup? She goes, in a tall glass, half Svedka or however you spell it. I'm like, you had half vodka and half lemonade and you had 2. I'm not proud anymore.
No, it's not like she had 2 beers or two,
No.
those
White Claws, 2 Trulies,
seltzer
like,
things or whatever.
yeah. I was like 2 Svedka and what? You're 18. I could never. Listen, I don't drink. If I had like 1/2 a Svedka, you'd be pumping my stomach out. So bad. So I'm a lightweight. My daughter drinks more than me. That's wonderful. As I send her off to college. Now I'm really scared.
So this is a great house. Lynn doesn't drink at all, but yet like one of the only times she drank was on this show on the Hudson Valley Squares.
I know, because he made me do it.
That was hilarious.
Butch is
like,
a maker.
You got drunk in like 15 minutes.
It was bourbon. I was bourboning.
Yes.
And it was a game. We played that stupid game. I'm never playing that game again.
It was too funny.
I was at his house. He twisted my arm, clearly. Even how I made it home that night. I mean, if I do drink, it's like a Bailey's on the rocks. Everyone's like, oh, you're drinking chocolate milk? I'm like, it's Bailey's. There's alcohol in it. I'm like, I'll have you know, Bailey's is really Jameson creamed. Yep. They don't realize that. So it is whiskey.
Bailey's is delicious. I don't mind it.
In my defense,
Yep.
It may belong in a cup of tea, but whatever.
Yep. All right, my number 1. Roll. Here we go. Da-da-da-da, SOS.
Holy mother.
I love SOS.
You picked that over Dancing Queen, though? I mean, I love it too, but you picked it over Dancing Queen?
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Now I got to go listen to it again.
SOS is a terrific song. That is my get up and just like totally lose it song.
You lose that over Dancing Queen?
Oh yeah. SOS is just absolutely amazing.
Wow.
That chorus just kills me every time. It's so good.
I'm shocked.
It's so good.
All right. Well, I'd like to hear what everybody else's ABBA songs are.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what I'd like to hear.
My honorable mention. I think you mentioned all my honorable mentions. The Winner Takes It All. Chiquitita. Oh, the name of the game you didn't mention. That's also.
Oh, I didn't mention that.
Yeah, that was also on my list. But yeah, so many good songs. So many good ones.
Ridiculous.
So out of the ones that I mentioned that you didn't have on your list, which one would you put in your honorable mention? So you didn't.
Oh, Waterloo.
No,
but I put that number 4, but Waterloo.
Yeah.
And SOS for sure. Are you kidding me? Like
the Trooper, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many good
I mean, really, you could play ABBA for like probably 3 straight hours and you're like this, like Eddie Murphy. You just have that permagrin.
Yep.
That's what I feel like Eddie Murphy stand up. I just have that permagrin when ABBA goes.
One comes on, you're like, oh yeah, that one, and then and that one. Oh, and then there's that one. Oh yeah, I love that one. Oh.
Although I don't know if anybody else on our show, other than Butch, I don't know if anybody else really would like ABBA.
I think, Ryan Scow has a soft spot for a lot of stuff like this. He doesn't.
Oh, yeah, because he always hugs his puppy. I don't think Nick would like it.
No, Nick definitely. Chris Allo definitely not.
Allo's not going to like it. Rich
Keeler
may like ABBA.
Keeler likes a lot of like AM stuff.
Yeah, he may.
Sydney probably.
She might know a couple. She may like a little.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'd like to know. It's funny because it's like, oh, you're an 80s metalhead. It's like, yeah, but no. I mean, yeah, I love metal, right? And I could do thrash and I could do metal and I could do prog. I mean, I could do it all. But when you grew up with these songs from the 70s and the 60s that your parents put on, and I mean, I'm still listening to Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and
oh yeah,
all the orchestras and stuff like that. My dad had his records. I put all my dad's records on and I'm like, I just remember all that. It just makes you feel good,
So when you were growing up, because it's probably very similar to my house too. So my parents, more so my grandparents though, because I had my mother's parents were Italian, my father's parents were Spanish. So my Italian grandparents always played Sinatra, Dean Martin, Louis Prima, Tony Bennett,
always. Bobby Darin we played.
We'd listen to some Bobby Darin. God, who were some of those other crooner guys that they listen to all the time? I can picture them and I can't remember their names anyway, but that's what
Frankie Valli. My mom loved
Frankie Valli was another one. Yep.
And let me tell you, I worked for Frankie Valli at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center in Poughkeepsie. He was doing a show there and I brought my mother. And in between, or maybe it was the end of the night. I'm not sure if he took a break or whatever, but I brought her backstage to meet him. He had to breathe some oxygen, whatever, but it was the best night. I mean, the best night. I made me feel so good that I got my mom to meet Frankie Valli. She was like, oh my God. Like she was and she was an older woman, you know,
She
she
would
was in
have
her
never done that
70s.
on her own. So yeah.
No. So it just made me feel good. And I'm like, you know, so now when I hear him, and my daughter listens to it, you know, my daughter listens to all that stuff and the songs that my mom and dad, you know, sang to her and stuff. So it's, because when there's something to be said about nostalgia when you were a child growing up. And I think that's why I love the Beatles so much. My cousins and my aunt and uncle, I would go to their house and they would play the Beatles over and over again. And then we played this classroom when we were doing Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club. Like we would actually perform the Beatles records in an album. Like we would perform it as a play. You know, we would make up little plays in the bedrooms. And so I think that's why, because these are just such great memories.
Yeah.
And they make you feel good.
Yeah.
Yet I can go to a concert and want to beat the crap out of someone listening to something heavy, you know, go figure. You know, it could be in a mosh pit. Well, maybe not at my age because I'll probably break a hip, but you know, it's so funny.
Yep. It's good to be varied, you know. So
Yeah, but a lot of people aren't. I feel like a lot of people aren't.
true. Yeah,
A lot
I mean,
of people
I
are like
listen
one
to a
lane
lot of
Jane,
different
you know,
stuff,
like
but
they
there's
stay in
stuff.
their lane and that's it.
Yeah. You know, I listen to a lot of different stuff, but there are things that I don't really like either. You know, everybody's got stuff they don't really like, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's funny because I know when I haven't been on a couple weeks because now I have other commitments that I have to be in. And I know on Butch's Butcher poll or whatever, the Butcher Shop poll, they said, oh, who's your music style? Like, who do you agree with more? You know, like who did, and they were going through all of us and they were like, oh, well, Lynn's too mainstream. I'm like, because I dance, because I admit to dancing, because I admit to liking some stuff. I'm like, you know, because I don't, not that anyone's lying, but like, I don't need to bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to just say I just like metal or I just do this. I don't mind opening up and saying, hey, you know, I like all genres, you know. I don't think I'm so mainstream. I think I like some obscure stuff. I mean, Mr. Bungle's kind of obscure. I love that.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Cool. But today we're all about mainstream stuff. So today is all about ABBA, right?
We are mainstream, and we are going to do in the next couple of days the ranking of the Steve Morse band.
That's
records.
right. So Lynn and I will be getting back together either tomorrow night or Thursday night. It'll be one or the other for a ranking of the Steve Morse band studio album catalog. We got 11 of them. So
to do that,
yeah.
Maybe I can convince you to do a favorite drummers list or something.
Favorite drummers list.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Just throwing that out there.
I know you like your drummers.
Well, I may. I've been known to like a drummer too.
There you go. So.
Or 10 or 20.
Or 20. So there you have it, everybody. Our top 10 songs of ABBA. Some little pop fun here tonight. We're one of the great hit bands of the last 50 years. So in the comments below, if you like ABBA, give us your favorite 10 songs from ABBA, your top 5. If you don't like ABBA, well, what can I tell you? You can't please everybody. So,
if you don't like ABBA or you don't even at least like Dancing Queen or SOS, there's something wrong. I may have to check your vein to see if you actually have blood in there. Is this guy breathing?
Yes, come on. It's ABBA for crying out loud, right? Yeah. So
you are the dancing queen.
Dun, 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 dun.
I wish I was 17
I don't
again.
know the words. Dun, 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 dun. I know some of the words, not much of them. I know like the choruses. Yeah, it's a weird band. I know like all these songs and I know all the melodies, lines, and everything like that, but I don't know half the words. Like,
yeah, that's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, everybody. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn
time.
Tune in. Lynn and I will be back, like I said, either tomorrow night or Thursday night with Steve Morse Band ranking the albums. And of course, Lynn will be back on the Hudson Valley Squares, I think in 2 weeks, because we're off on Monday for the July 4th holiday weekend.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Now I got to put my glasses back on to go watch TV.
There you go. So, for Lynne Versaci, I am Pete Pardo. Good night, everybody. Have a good one.
See you later.